Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you my personal story, where I came from that got me to where I am now, who I am, and just to give you a little background of basically my life. Because as you are following me here with my daily vlogs and all of the stuff that you see here, the content, it's really interesting to figure out and find out what got someone to that point, right? So my name's Salvatori. I actually grew up in South Burlington, Vermont, and I was raised by a single mother. My mom was like one of the most determined, strong people that I know, and she, even though she raised me and my two brothers by herself, she did what she could to support us, from cutting hair in the house and taking in other people's children to watch them along with us. She did what she could, and so I grew up in a very humble beginning, living in a neighborhood, that was borderline poverty. There were, the Section 8 housing within our neighborhood. We were not Section 8. My mom worked very hard to keep us out of that, and I really appreciate that so much for everything that she did for us, and I do have a father, but he was never really a big part of my life, and I appreciate everything that he has given me because of him I actually am the person I am today, because it pushed me to grow into someone bigger, someone better, and someone stronger, and it allowed me to basically lose all of my excuses. I really truly do believe that things happen for us, not happen to us. And so while my dad, was not there, really, he taught me a lot of lessons just, through having that experience. So that's how I grew up. So I grew up I didn't grow up with any special, I didn't have any special connections, any special treatment, anything like that. I grew up in just a very normal, lower to middle class life, and I have my two brothers, and then my sister came later. We're 10 years apart, and she has a different father than myself. My mom remarried, and we went through that whole struggle of the blended family and that sort of thing for a while. And growing up, I really didn't know what I wanted to do or what I wanted to become, but I knew one thing was for sure. I wanted to help people, and I wanted to do something creative, and I knew I was made for more. You know what I mean? That feeling like you're made to do something great. You don't know what that great thing is yet, but you're made to do something great. So I always grew up with that. And I actually, when I was younger, I used to have my friends come over because I was obsessed with like the transformation, like even from a very young age. So I had friends that like struggled with their weight. And as a young girl who was like 14, 15 years old, I would have my friends come over and we would take before photos, and we would go to the gym, and we would work on getting to our goal and take after photos. And I tried to help motivate and inspire them and help them reach their goals, just after school and in between working. So from a very young age, I had my first job. I started working at the age of 14, and I worked in a pizza restaurant in Vermont, and I worked after school. So I had school, I was in high school, I was in middle, whatever, I think it was beginning of high school that I started working. And so what I would do is I would go to school, then I would go to work, because I knew if I worked, I could have the money to buy the things I wanted, So while my friends were out doing sports and doing other things and whatever, and just kind of relying on their parents to provide for them, I knew if I wanted something, I had to go get it myself. So I worked, and I worked a lot. And so I had no excuses there. I wanted something nice, I would buy it for myself. And so on the days I didn't work, that was the days I would go to the gym and I would work out. And I became very obsessed with working out. I loved it. And so I've always kind of had like struggles with my weight all my life, sort of, because I did grow up with obesity in my family, and it's always kind of been a struggle for me. It never really came easy for me. And so after, like, when I was 17 years old, okay, that's when I met my husband. We were not married at that age, trust me. I did not get married at 17. But when I met my husband, Peter, he was working at Circuit City. He was going to college. He's 3 years older than me, so he was going to UMass Amherst going to school for business, and I met him at 17. I was working at the pizza restaurant. I was still a senior in high school. He actually pushed me to go into college after I got out of high school. And I was going to community college because that's all I could afford at that time. I didn't have someone to kind of pay my way through school, or even really show me what to do for school or how to even get into school or where to go for school. I just didn't have that, right? So I went to community college because I knew I wanted education after high school, and that was kind of like the easy way to get into that. And also I was confused. I didn't know what to do. So I was going to community college for fine arts because I knew I had like an artistic interest. And so I was doing that. And we moved in together shortly after I was out of high school. And we moved then together before I turned 21. I think I was 20, down to New Jersey and got our first apartment together. I went to Kane University. So it was like a full, university now. Peter helped me with that, just like, what to do and that sort of thing. And I went there for interior design, fine arts, graphic design for a few years. Now, I already had 2 years of community college. I went there, I transferred, a lot of stuff didn't transfer over. And so when I was there, I had another 4 to 5 years to go. And so I got to like 4 years of college education under my belt, and then I was like, I don't think this is actually what I'm gonna do with my life. And so I kind of came to this realization, whereas I felt like I was going to college for someone else, not for myself. I felt like I was doing this because it was something I was supposed to do, have to do, and it's not something I want to do. So this is when you can enter in me dropping out of college and doing something different than what is expected of me. So I drop out of college and I get my first job in insurance. And in insurance, I started out as an assistant to the owner of the company. And I worked my way up through my hard work, my determination to learn, because I wanted to be good at something and I wanted to be the best at something. And so I dove into insurance, and I dove into what it was and how it worked. And I ended up becoming an insurance and a property casualty insurance broker. And so my clients were insurance brokers, so I was a wholesaler, okay? So I did that, and I was doing really well at that. And then the entrepreneurial spirit in me wanted to own my own book of business and become a broker now and find my own clients and work off of only commission. So I did that. I became a broker. 0 hourly rate. You need to hustle and work to make your money. And so I was young, I was a female, working in an office with all these men, older men, insurance brokers, and I knew more than they did about all of the carriers, all of the everything. I knew more than all of them because I am self-educated and that's what I do. So I started walking into businesses, cold calling, like pounding pavement. I was in like terrible areas of like Newark, like going in to meet with garages in like these like horrible locations, And I remember like going home and just crying some days, like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to do this? Because for one, no one's taking me seriously because I'm a young woman and what are they gonna have me trust me with their insurance business, which is basically protecting their entire company, right? So it was hard for me. It was a struggle, but guess what? That struggle built me into who I am today. I was like, I'm so thankful for that experience because then, so I'm doing that. I really hate insurance. And at this time I get pregnant with my first Peter. So I'm pregnant with Peter and I was like, I don't want to do insurance anymore. Even though I can do it from home and I have a book of business and I have clients that I'm servicing, I don't want to do this. Like, it's not fun for me. And so I have Peter, he's a newborn, and within the first 4 or 5 months of his life, I'm doing both. Like, I'm taking care of him and I'm doing the insurance on the side. And then I just said to my husband, okay, I don't want to work anymore. I just want to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, this is causing so much stress because in insurance, that's all you do is deal with stress all the time. So I quit insurance, and everyone thought I was crazy because I had a residual income with insurance. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to just be half in, half out. I can't be there to do it all the way. So I'm not going to do it at all. So I gave it up, and I focused in on just being a mom, right? And I had all of this weight to lose from having him, and then I got pregnant again with Emma. So I got pregnant and I did not lose all of the weight that I gained from that pregnancy. Now I'm pregnant again, and I go through my pregnancy sick the whole time. Like all of my pregnancies, I have like morning sickness the entire pregnancy. So I have her, right? And I have a baby, so I have Peter to chase after. Meanwhile, I'm sick all the time. And then I have Emma, and now I have a newborn, and I have Peter, and it's like, oh my gosh, you guys, you stay-at-home moms, you know what I'm talking about. And so it was hard. And so then I get to this point where all of a sudden I'm like, I feel like my purpose is missing. Like I love being a mom, and it was always my dream to be a stay-at-home mom, but something is missing. I'm missing a purpose in my life. And so what happened was I ended up, one of my friends told me about these Beachbody workouts. And so I was like, I want to try those. I need a workout. She helped me with this meal replacement shake, whatever. And I got started on that. And I was doing the ketogenic lifestyle along with that. Really, I didn't know what the ketogenic lifestyle was at that time. It was more low carb. That's how I knew how to lose weight. I did it in the past to get in shape for my wedding, all of those things. So then I started on this product. I started with her, and then I found out that you can actually build a business helping other people reach their goals through that method. And I was like, this sounds fun. I want to try this. Like I have so many people that I know that I could help. They're stay-at-home moms. And so that's how I ended up getting into the whole social media world, because I was that type of person that had 70 Facebook friends, that like everything was private. Like my whole life was private. I was like so scared. I didn't want any pictures of my kids anywhere. I was that person. And so then all of a sudden I realized I need to put myself out there if I'm going to help people. And I believed in the workouts. I believed in what we were doing, and I believed in it, right? So then I built a really big business over there. I was like the elite level coach with that company, and I did all of that from home, even though my husband, he did not believe in me at all. He said, there's no way you can do this. Like it's network marketing, it's a scam, all of those things, right? And I was like, no, I actually really enjoy helping people, and I think I can help people with these online challenge groups and stuff. And so I ended up building a really big business from nothing over there. Now, I started learning about the ketogenic lifestyle, right? And I started balancing my macros more, and I ended up finding this product from Prove It, these exogenous ketones, these pure therapeutic ketones, and I hit a stall, like kind of a plateau with keto, and I was like, I want to try those ketones to see if they can get me past this plateau. So I did a 10-day experience, and I tried it, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like this product is amazing. And I knew I could help so many people with this product. And it was a hard decision because I had just built up a pretty big business over there with Beachbody, and I had to make the decision to then switch gears and go to a company that I felt more so aligned with what my goals were, but also what my customers' goals were and what I knew that would help them the most. And so I ended up switching companies because you can't do both. So while I still use all of the Beachbody workouts, I love them and I fully endorse and believe in those products and stuff, I moved over to Prove It, and with Prove It, I'm able to build and create a business helping other people and doing what I love, like living in my purpose, helping people reach their goals and reach their health and fitness goals, and do my research and just dive into the personal education to become the best version of myself that I can be and share that with others. And the journey is what is most inspiring. And so that's where I focus in on my journey, and I share that with you guys here on this channel. And I have ended up building a business that is amazing, so rewarding, so incredible. And this entire lifestyle that we have today is because of that drive, because of that hustle to create and do something, and because my purpose is driven by others. It's not driven by myself. Like I've never thought like, how can I get more? It's always been about everyone else. Like, how can I help this person the most? That was my decision to leave that other company. Like it was scary. Like I had built something there, and then I walked away from that because I knew that I could help more people over here with this. And so I had to kind of step out of that, but the success that I've experienced in my life to this point that leads us here, you know, like my husband, he does commute, but he doesn't have to do that. He does it because he wants to, because it's ingrained in him to be a provider for his family, to have that stability and that sort of thing. I don't know if he'll be working forever, but it's his choice, and that's what he decides to do. So he does that and he enjoys that. I'm beyond blessed for everyone that's a part of this channel with me and what I'm doing here and what I'm creating here, and also this business and my team that that is creating and building businesses with me with this product. And I personally put in so much time to train them, to mentor them, to teach them how to do this, because the reality is I did start as that overweight mom that had no following, no social media experience. I didn't even know what a hashtag was on Instagram, and I have built a business that is of the top 0.5% of the entire country, like highest of highest levels, and it's only beginning. Like, this is just the beginning, and so it's really, really exciting what can happen and what can be done here in this world. So I just wanted to share this story with you guys because I know a lot of you are seeing in my daily vlogs like this lifestyle that I'm living, and I wanted you to know it's self-made. Like, this is self-built and created based on putting in the time, the effort, the consistency, and doing what I'm doing, and also having a clear vision to help others and serve people, because that's my primary goal and focus. So thanks guys for watching this video. If you're new here, be sure you hit that subscribe button, and take care.